Welcome back, YouTube. I am Turnkey, your host. In this video, I will cover The Lord of the Black Pit short story from the Defiance supplement, and in the following video, I will cover Norway and Operation Trident from the Defiance supplement. This video is going to be a change of pace from the regional lore topics I have covered thus far. It's the first short story introduced in the lore. Please like and subscribe for more Konflikt 47 lore. The story begins with a unit of 8 U.S. airborne infantrymen of the 101st Airborne Division. Their mission is to covertly locate a German submarine, U-3008, and kill the skipper, Corvettenkapitän Ludwig Dittmar. The captain is infamous for his successful hunts of Allied shipping convoys in a region of the Atlantic where Allied aircraft cannot patrol due to fuel and range limitations. This area has been nicknamed the Black Pit, and the captain dubbed its lord due to his successes. The mission at hand is a suicide mission to take him out at all costs, but would mean a ticket home for any survivors. Allied intelligence places the submarine in its location for a brief time before it moves on to a much more heavily fortified location. The squad is made up of veterans. The narrator, Captain Arthur Camden of Georgia, explains his success in D-Day and Market Garden. At Bastogne, the captain and his men were viciously assaulted by German werewolves who broke through the Ardennes forest. His men were saved by a Sherman's heavy machine gun. Brussels, he says, was only held onto by the slimmest of margins. The remainder of the squad includes not one but two gentlemen from Brooklyn. First, Sergeant Thomas Ferrant, armed with a Thompson submachine gun. The second Brooklyn native is Corporal Solomon Schwartz, who carries an M1A1 bazooka and an M3 grease gun. Armed with a bar, Corporal Philip Dukowski is from Chicago and quite tall at 6'6". Private Robert Henry from Chattanooga is armed with an M1 Garand, but said to be more deadly with his knife. Sergeant Paul Geasley from Boston is the unit's demolition man and carries C3 plastic explosives for this mission. Private Raul Garcia from Texas is armed with a second Browning automatic rifle. And finally, Private Dick Sudbury from Kentucky is the company's marksman, armed with an M1903 scoped rifle and said to be a deadshot sniper with the ability to shoot out past 1,000 yards. Camden and his men are ferried into enemy territory by a Royal Navy torpedo boat, MTB 775, and its commander, Lieutenant Brand. The squad use their Riftec-powered jump pack to depart from the boat, landing upon the shore of an island near the mouth of the Weser River, near the more heavily fortified Valentin. After landing, the men run, noting that the Air Force have attacked the target location, leaving just a single watchtower for defense. But they fear the trail of their jetpacks should be easily visible in the moonless night sky. The squad groups near the watchtower and unleash an unburdened Private Henry upon the enemy with his knife to silently eliminate the watchtower. Moments later, upon hearing muffled screams, the rest of the squads advance to the watchtower and begins to scan the coastline, waiting for the submarine to arrive. The squad is anxious as they wait. Many operations thus far have failed to locate and sink the menace submarine. Seaplanes, torpedo bombers with carrier task groups, even specifically equipped B-24 Liberators laden with Riftec have all failed to detect and destroy the submarine. But recent attempts have been more successful. The Royal Navy had managed to chase the U-boat into the North Atlantic and around Scotland. The U-boat had sustained damage by depth charge and had only survived by remarkably remaining submerged for 5 days, when a British crew would struggle to stay submerged for a day. When the squad spots the submarine, it is very close to their position. They can see men upon the ship's sail and the damage to the section forward of the sail. Large gashes are visible on the bow of the ship, and the men wonder how the ship remains functional with such damage. Camden fears further Riftec modifications to the already deadly U-boat fleet. Corporal Schultz is called upon to ready his M1A1 bazooka. Corporal Dukowski loads a white phosphorus round and gives Schwartz the ready signal. The rocket strikes the damaged section of the bow. Fires quickly ignite while Corporal Dukowski and Private Garcia open fire with their BARs, taking out the German sailors on the sail. Camden orders his men to use number 82 grenades, called gammon bombs, against the sub. Sergeant Farrant is able to ignite a bomb that has a larger effect as he targets the torpedo tubes. The squad is hopeful that the torpedoes will cook off and destroy the sub. The final blow for the submarine is delivered by Sergeant Heasley's thrown C3 plastic explosives, and the ship begins to sink before seemingly striking the riverbed and keeling over, submerging the sail. Private Sudsbury is able to locate Corvette Captain Ludwig Digmar swimming away from the wreckage and eliminates the man using his precision rifle. Reflecting on the state of the war, Captain Camden recognizes that this mission will not end the war. Highly advanced Messerschmitt 264 America bombers are raiding Allied territories, and advanced Messerschmitt and Focke-Wulf jet fighters have become a massive threat in the air. This threat had forced the squad to use the torpedo boat instead of a C-46 commando transport aircraft. But he and his men had just neutralized the largest threat of the war effort and had all earned a ticket home. The reflection is cut short by fire from an MG-42. Camden orders a retreat as Sergeant Heasley is cut down by machine gun fire. Soon Schwartz is massacred by German Nachtjägers. Captain Camden sprays the horrible Chimera with .45 caliber fire, killing it, as Private Sudbury is also cut down by machine gun fire. The squad observes the silhouette of a light Panzermech, hosing the area down with bright tracer fire. Corporal Dukowski loads Corporal Schwartz's bazooka before he fires a shot at the Panzermech. The shaped charge strikes the light walker above the leg, and the war machine topples over. Sergeant Farrant is unable to complete his gloat about the tank kill when he is beset by the Totenkorps zombie soldiers who are emerging from the shore, having escaped the submerged U-boat. They realize that the crew of the submarine had not survived the long submersions, but were now undead. The onslaught of Totenkorps on the beach is overwhelming. Private Garcia lays down fire as Corporal Dukowski and Private Henry move to engage their jetpacks to escape back to sea. Garcia is quick to follow. German anti-air fire rakes the sky as Captain Camden covers them with his Thompson submachine gun before engaging his jetpack. One jump clears the battlefield along the shoreline, and then another puts him out to sea. He spots his target, the Royal Navy torpedo boat, MTB 775. Captain Camden slams down hard into the deck of MTB 775, not bracing himself at all. He was the last surviving member of the squad to land on the torpedo boat. Lieutenant Brand orders the boat to full speed. Camden does not rise from the deck. He hears the lieutenant ordering them out of the engagement zone to safety. He's going back to Georgia now. In the dark, Private Henry is horrified to discover a wound through the jump pack. Camden had been hit by anti-air fire and had already passed. Sadly, in the end, only Corporal Dukowski, Private Garcia, and Private Henry survived this Special Forces operation. Thank you for listening. Let me know what your thoughts are about the Lord of the Black Pit. Please tune in next time for Norway and Operation Trident.